If you are a small business, keeping your customers happy is how you stand out from your bigger competitors. To do this, it's important to identify when a customer might be frustrated so you can prioritize them and resolve their issue quickly. Here's a quick example. Let's say a customer reaches out about shipping issues and how they are having trouble updating their address. Zendesk can monitor for tickets with relevant keywords, automatically assign that to a group who is dedicated to respond quickly, and show up in a high priority ticket view so they can catch them fast. This video will show you how to monitor for common indicators of frustration and automatically route them to a team dedicated to handling these tickets delicately. First, we'll create a group of agents who will be dedicated to handling unhappy customers. Then, we'll create triggers to automatically assign tickets to the group based on three common indicators of frustration. Lastly, we'll create a view to easily monitor for tickets that require urgent attention. Let's get started. From the admin center, go to Groups under the team icon. Click Add Group. I'll name this Escalation Group. Then add the agents you want to handle these urgent tickets. Now let's create the trigger that will monitor for signs of frustration. Navigate to Triggers. It's under the Objects and Rules section and then under Business Rules. Now click on Create Trigger. This trigger will detect tickets that meet any of three criteria: specific keywords, bad CSAT score, and a high number of interactions. Name your trigger and assign it to a category. If needed, create a new category to organize all of your escalation triggers. When you set the conditions for this trigger to fire, you can specify when all criteria must be met and when just one or more must be met. Let's start with conditions that all must be met. We only want this trigger to run if it isn't solved yet, so we'll specify a condition that the ticket's status must be less than solved. It's a good practice to add tags to the ticket when a trigger fires. One reason is that you can specify that the trigger shouldn't run again if the tag is present on the ticket. This helps you avoid firing the same trigger over and over again on the same ticket. I'll show you how to add the tag next, but here we'll specify that the trigger shouldn't fire if the urgent tag is present. Now let's set the criteria where we need any one of the following to be met. These will be the various signals you can monitor to identify a frustrated customer. When a customer is upset, they might use specific words in their message that show their frustration. So we'll specify that the ticket must contain one of these words. These are just a few examples, but you can include any that are common for your business. Another indicator of frustration is when they give you a bad CSAT, so we'll include that. When a ticket has been touched 3 or more times, it is statistically likely to result in a drop in the CSAT rating. So we'll add a condition that looks for tickets that have had more than 3 replies. Now we'll specify what should happen when the conditions are met. Scroll down to the Action section. As mentioned above, we'll add the urgent tag. We also want to mark the priority as urgent to ensure it is handled quickly. And we'll assign it to our escalations group to take care of it. Click Create Trigger to save your work. To wrap up the process, let's create a view to help you quickly notice tickets that need attention. In the Admin Center, click Workspaces, then select Views. Under Agent Tools, add a view and name it High Priority Urgent. Admins can define who has access to specific views. We'll choose our recently created escalations group. Now, add a condition that requires the urgent tag that we set up in our trigger to be present. Also, add a group condition and select your escalations group. You can specify the columns you want to see, how the tickets are grouped and sorted based on your own preferences. The process of this workflow begins with a customer showing indicators of frustration. either based on the words in their message, by giving a bad CSAT score, or by having three or more interactions. Then the ticket is assigned to an escalations team and the tickets are shown in the high priority urgent view.